Welcome to CBTSport.net Game of the Week. Bringing you high school, college, amateur, semi-pro, and professional sports video from right here in Central Vermont. Over a decade of local Central Vermont sports video action. Get ready, because it's time for the CBTSport.net Game of the Week.
My daddy made this. Daddy!
U32 and Spaulding Football are made possible by our local sponsors, including the Capital Candy Company in Barre, Vermont, a family-owned wholesaler since 1938. Nelson's Ace Hardware on North Main Street in Barre. Great customer service is what they do. Proud supporters of the local community in Spaulding and U32 high school football. The Passumpsic Bank, helping people, businesses, and communities thrive. Start your adventure with a Bank of the Wild, Passumpsic Bank. Salvador and Babick, Public Accountants. On 240 South Main Street in Barre, salvadorandbabick.com. The Vermont Mutual Insurance Group. Founded in 1828, the Vermont Mutual Insurance Group offers comprehensive personal and commercial insurance solutions throughout the Northeast. To learn more, contact your independent insurance agent today, vermontmutual.com. Also by Always On Time Signs and Designs. Signs are made fast, made to last. Reach them at sales@worksafetci.com, 802-223-8948. Also by Cody Chevrolet Cadillac, CodyChevrolet.com. Cody's is celebrating their 70th year in business in March of 2026. Cody is why, Chevy is the buy. And by the Auto Clinic, quality automotive sales and services, specialize in import and diesel vehicles, towing and recovery. 929 South Main Street in Barre, 476-5379, the Auto Clinic.
Do you have scrap metal taking up space in your home, business, or job site? Whether you're a contractor, electrician, manufacturer, service garage, or homeowner, Bolduc Metal Recycling is your local recycling expert, helping clean up junk piles, keeping Vermont green, and putting green in your wallet. Bring your big or small scrap metal load to them on Bolduc Road in Middlesex, where their 3 scales and professional staff will help you recycle it. Their roll-off containers come in a variety of sizes for one-time or ongoing scrap metal collection. They buy and recycle copper, brass, steel, wire, pipe, lead-acid batteries, cars, appliances, and more. They're contractor-friendly with years of experience and provide project walkthroughs. Let their team handle your site cleanup or demo. Bolduc also has storage containers in 20 or 40-foot lengths for rent or purchase. Perfect for keeping your valuable items out of the elements, safe, and close at hand. For more information, visit BolducMetalRecycling.com. Their name is their website, and as always, Bolduc Metal Recycling says, thanks a ton.
Save big and get job ready with a free college degree. If your household income is under $100,000, you are eligible for free tuition and fees at the Community College of Vermont. 802 Opportunity is available to new or returning students of any age who do not already have a bachelor's degree. Up to 70% of Vermont households are eligible. Join us this fall and discover all that CCV has to offer. Visit ccv.edu/802 to apply.
Granite, coffee, manufacturing, food.
It's not easy to make a living in Vermont. We really are the bank behind almost every industry. We care about businesses growing and succeeding because that success is our success. We're a $1 billion bank made up of thousands of Vermont businesses.
Our customers make fresh coffee for great conversations and pull us out of the ditch on a cold, snowy night.
Wherever you are laying down your roots, taking a risk, building a dream, we're here.
This game is made possible by locally owned Packard Fuels. Located in East Montpelier, Vermont, Packard Fuels is a proud and generous supporter of local high school sports and community events. Packard Fuels, your provider of home heating oil and service with a friendly staff that greets you with a smile. Owned by Ellery Packard III, Packard Fuels, 802-262-3835. Packard Fuels, keeping you warm. You guys in.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights on CVTsport.net and CVTV723.org. Here's your call team, Garrett Sisley and Lori Shepard.
Welcome into Friday Night Lights here at AG Pendo Field, where we have the season finale here at Spaulding High School. And does it get any better than the U32 Raiders taking a short trip over here to AG Pendo Field? The rivalry game is on, final game of the season. U32 comes in with a record of 4-3, the 6th seed, and the Spaulding Crimson Tide comes in with a record of 3-4, sitting as the 7th seed. Welcome in again, Football Fanatics. This is Lori Shepard alongside Garrett Sisley and partner. This is a good one to end the season with, huh?
I mean, this is the 2 years in a row we've had the privilege of being able to call this game the regular season finale. Spaulding going to U32 last year. U32 taking, like you said, Lori, that short trip, a glorified home game here to AG Pendo Field. I'm not sure the exact distance between these two schools, but it's definitely less than 10. And I'm excited to see this matchup tonight. Playoff implications, bragging rights,
Huge.
Everything on the line.
Huge. And as I stated, the number 6 seed is U32, number 7 seed is Spaulding. But as you look at these index points, U32 in the 6th seed, but Rice Memorial right in front of them has a tough game against a very tough D3 school in Otter Valley. So U32 possibly looking to bump up to 5. Spaulding hoping to stay in that 7th spot. As you told me, Garrett, before we went on the air, the top 8 teams in D2 will be moving on.
Yeah, the top 8 teams, and right now Spaulding is sitting in that 7th spot. So a win tonight would definitely keep them locked into that 7th spot, likely a trip to LI in a opening round playoff game. But irregardless, of huge opportunity tonight for both of these teams to strengthen their record and make their way, end the year on a right foot heading into the playoffs.
End the year on a roll for sure. Both teams coming off of losses last week. Last Friday night, Garrett and I had the call up at U32. They were on a 3-game winning streak and a loss to a very tough Fairhaven opponent, the defending 2 champs, 40-14, and the Spaulding Crimson Tide suffered a loss at the hands of Mount Abe, 14-7. And partner, you're U32 alum. You get up for every game. We're athletes. But it's a little bit different, come on, when it's Spaulding.
It's a little bit different. You get those, I'm sure these kids all have butterflies. They will all disappear after that first play or after the opening kickoff. You hit somebody in an opposing uniform. It just is different.
I will say this for the Spaulding Crimson Tide, for the Tide to roll Tide tonight, they are going to rely heavily, I'm sure, on Jackson Griffin, who has had an outstanding season. Last time we were here, one of the times we were here, he had a 60 and a 40-yard TD run. Both teams very strong on the defensive side. But you know Spaulding is going to rely on Griffin a lot. On the flip side of the field, Kane Knapp can also run it through a wall as well. What we liked in that game last week was U32 came right out and they just went right down the field. Charlie Fitzpatrick was on all cylinders. Fairhaven made some adjustments.
Fairhaven did make the adjustments, and that's what makes this U32 team so difficult for this year's team. They have that passing game. Spaulding likes to play an aggressive defense. So the chess match is going to be, what are you going to allow? Who are you focusing on for U32? Because there's a lot to look at as far as skill position receivers. But like you said, Jackson Griffin, Noah Cepeda, they're going to do a lot of lifting for the Spaulding Crimson Tide team. So U32 is going to have to key on both of those players tonight.
And both quarterbacks have deadly arms as well. Both seniors, Joey Hayes Garcia for the Crimson Tide, and as I alluded to, Charlie Fitzpatrick for the U32 Raiders. On the U32 offensive side of the ball, Elliot Caswell and Drew Frostick, a couple of names to keep an eye on, and a couple of names, Garrett, that we're probably going to say a few times tonight. Defensively, you know I'm a big fan of Colby Lagner. Big fan.
Very big.
Isn't there some kid on the Spaulding side defensively that you like a lot?
Yeah, there's a good old...
What's that kid's name?
Number 33, Benny Frito, the sophomore. This is a very young Crimson Tide team, so haven't fully peaked yet, but Benny Frito plays like he is a madman out there tonight.
We're going to step out for the national anthem that will be sung by Paul Plant, and we will be back for the opening kickoff of the Spaulding Crimson Tide and the U32 Raiders.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back here at A.G. Pendo Field, and the voice of Paul Plant echoing through the town of Barrie.
It's a staple.
It's a staple. That was beautiful.
It's a staple in this town.
And you know what? Garrett and I are calling this game, but you're going to hear Paul Plant a lot, especially on a Spaulding Crimson Tide. First down. Thank you very much. As Spaulding will have the kickoff duties here to start off, U32 in their road white will be receiving. And here we go, partner. Last game of the season, and it is starting to fill in nicely. We thought we were going to freeze tonight, but you know what? It's not so bad, even though you guys picked on me with my 10 layers on tonight. And here we go. Takes a couple of hops, a little squib. And right up the gut goes Drew Frostick for the U32 Raiders. Frostick, a name you'll probably hear us say quite a few times tonight. And again, thank you for joining us on cvtsport.net and cvtv723.org. So it'll be 1st and 10. We're going to put the ball, about 34, 35-yard line of U32. And Charlie Fitzpatrick comes in with the first play call for the Raiders.
Last week, U32 kind of started out a little unorthodox, getting the passing game going early. The Spaulding coaching staff is focusing on Drew Frostick as well as Kane Knapp. So I want to see how U32 comes out in this opening series.
And not a great snap right off the bat, but Fitzpatrick able to corral it and probably gain a good 8 yards.
Ball on a broken play.
Turning absolutely nothing into something, about 7 yards on that, yeah.
And what Garrett and I love to say, when you can get that 5+ yards on a first down, it makes it incredibly manageable the rest of the way.
Down in distance, keeping those chains moving. And like we talked about in the pregame, this U32 team is very lethal in all aspects on offense. If you load up that box, you got one-on-one on the outside, and that's a mismatch for U32.
And Kane Knapp, Fitzpatrick in the shotgun, Knapp lined up behind him, hand off to Knapp right up the gut, and he keeps churning those legs for a U32 Raider first down.
He got met by Benny Frito right in the hole, but using his leverage and just powering through it, falling forward to gain those extra 2-3 yards on that.
And partner, we like to call it grinding out, but we have such a great view of those legs just driving and driving. And a great job by Kane Knapp picking up the Raider first down. So we will have 1st and 10 from the U32 46-yard line. Fitzpatrick will stay in that shotgun. Knapp lined up behind him. Caswell closest to us. Fitzpatrick rolls to his right and looks out, and then a nice pass to Q Horace. And another Raider first down, and
Pass is complete.
a nice job by Horace. You know, the pass was put only where he could get it, and we're going to say his name a lot because he is the leading tackler on the defensive side for the Raiders as well.
Yes, he is, and we didn't see it a whole lot after U32 hit the home run against Fairhaven last week, but the intermediate passing game coming into play early for U32.
Partner, you asked for that quite a bit last week, so I think they heard you. And a nice hand up to Knapp following his guard, left tackle and left guard. That looks like another Raider first down. And there it is, right on cue. A very excited Raider fan. So establishing that running game here really early for the Raiders, and when needed, Fitzpatrick rolling out and hitting Horace at least on his first completion of the night. At the Spaulding Crimson Tide 28-yard line, it is a 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick looks like he's going to pass, fakes it, and turns the corner on the left side. And Benny Frito drags him out of bounds.
Fitzpatrick on the keeper.
And we're going to have another, this is a broken record here,
Another
Raider first down. I tell you what, this excited Raider fan might be louder than Paul Plant. And I mean that in full complimentary way, but I love hearing Paul Plant's first down.
The iconic, very iconic around these parts, but what an opening series for U32. Driving the ball downfield, using your size to your advantage.
And it is a first down at the Spaulding 12-yard line. So they could get another first down without scoring. So 1st and 10 from the 12. Knapp just lost his footing because that was a nice one cut to the right.
That was a one cut.
A nice little one cut trying to follow his right tackle, but just lost his footing. And a little bit of rain going on.
Haven't been able to say that much
I
this year.
was going to say much needed rain. So that sets up a 2nd and 10, so no gain. And we are 8:44 to go here in the first quarter, and it is filling in nicely here for this rivalry game. Knapp again lined up behind Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick in the shotgun. Fitzpatrick drops back, and what a nice pass on a little slant pattern to Elliott Caswell. That was a nice pass.
Nice pass, and a great job by Elliott Caswell seeing where the defenders were and settling down in between those defenders. That was textbook.
And Elliott Caswell, we talked about him in the pregame just a little bit. Knew we'd say his name a lot on the offensive side. The pattern he ran was perfect, but again, that pass has got to be there in stride, and Charlie Fitzpatrick did just that, threading the needle right on a dime. Riley Cataract in for the extra point. And I want
On the kick. It's up and it's good.
Cataract, I just want to call him automatic. I had to wait till after he kicked it, though, because that's only fair.
7-0.
So indeed, with 8:23 to go in the first quarter, the U32 Raiders make a statement just like they did last Friday. Grinded it out a little bit more with the run game and Knapp this time.
Yeah, they did, and that's U32's identity. Whatever we talk about, passing game opens up the running game, or vice versa. I'm a huge fan of the running game and what that opens up later in the game.
Because you were probably the one opening all those holes for those running backs to run through. I know. I know. In the trenches, my man. In the trenches.
That's what wins you football games this time of year, and U32 definitely the start that they needed after what, for the first time that we saw last week, pretty much get manhandled by Fairhaven. So that's a big response for U32 on their opening drive.
It is, and you talked to Coach Cataract before the game, and he said really good week of practice, really good week of preparation. And as a coach, that's what you want coming off a tough loss on senior night, knowing you got one more game left, and you want that momentum back because they were on a 3-game winning streak before that game with Fairhaven last Friday. So they have responded well here in the opening drive.
Very, very well.
So the Raiders will be kicking off. Drew Frostick with the kickoff duties for U32. And Noah Cepeda goes up the left side trying to turn that corner. But there is definitely a wall of white. But there is some dirty laundry, and that was a heck of a throw.
Cepeda on the return. There's a flag on
By
the
the
play.
official. That flag went a good 10 yards.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be pushed back a little bit.
We got a block in the back. What do we got?
Block in the back
Yep,
on Spaulding.
okay.
Amongst all the chaos over there, I thought I saw somebody fly in on that side.
So as the officiating crew will walk off the penalty, that will pin Spaulding pretty deep in their own territory.
Eli Hoare getting the start at quarterback here for Spaulding tonight. He's more of that running back, that running threat.
A little wildcat? you
Yeah,
think?
exactly. Adds a little diversity to Spaulding's offense with Jackson Griffin back there.
So getting the start, I like this. Noah Cepeda trying to turn that corner, but that U32 Raider defense was in a hot pursuit.
And that was a great job by Brady Knapp, keeping his outside shoulder free and not allowing that cutback to come up the sidelines. And the back pursuit by Kane Knapp was textbook on that. Your linebacker flying in on that, absolutely beautiful.
So as you alluded to, Eli Hoare getting the start over Joey Hayes
Second
Garcia.
down and 11.
And Eli Hoare, just a sophomore as well for this Crimson Tide team, and Coach Adam Chase.
Coach Chase in his first season just trying to build this program up, and this Spaulding Crimson Tide team does have plentiful of sophomores, so the future does look bright for this Crimson Tide team.
And on the carry, looks like a pickup of maybe a yard. It's going to set up third and 5, excuse me. So a pickup of 6. It'll set up 3rd and 5 from the Crimson Tide 16-yard line.
Kind of a slow developing play for Spaulding. The hole was definitely there.
Gained about 6 yards.
So Hoare will operate out of the shotgun for the Crimson Tide on 3rd and 5. And a nice little handoff to Jackson Griffin. And Griffin doing what he does best. Keeps those legs churning, does Jackson Griffin, and that is a Crimson Tide first down.
That's a big run on that right side for Jackson Griffin, but keeping his eyes downfield. That was a great job because the hole was not there in the middle. So being able to bounce that and use his speed, that was a great job there by Jackson Griffin.
And we talked about Griffin. The offense for the Crimson Tide definitely runs through Jackson Griffin. So now out at the 46-yard line, big pickup for Griffin. Griffin now follows his tackles on the left side. And what a nice first down run by Jackson Griffin. A good pickup of about 6 or 7 yards. Sets up a very manageable second down and 3, second down and 4. Well, we're going to give it 3. Actually, we're going to give it 2.
Second down and 1, gain of 9 yards.
We'll go second and 2, but Griffin is definitely feeling it on those last 2 carries.
And opening up on that left side, great job by that Spaulding Crimson Tide offensive line.
So Crimson Tide out of the shotgun. Eli Hoare on the keeper, and that is very close to a Crimson Tide first down.
That's Eli Hoare on the carry.
But we already see the chain gang flipping that third down, so it's going to be 3rd and half a foot was what we're going to call it. What do you think, partner?
Great stick by Kane Knapp right in the middle of the hole. Thought for sure that was going to be a guaranteed first down, but Knapp filling that hole.
We'll call it 3rd and 1 just to use official football terminology. I'm going to call it half a foot.
About the length of a football.
Hoare operating out of that shotgun. Handoff to Jackson Griffin in a big hole on that right side. He gets a Crimson Tide first down and then some.
The jump cut and going north and south.
And I don't even need to say it. Paul Plant said it for me. Pickup of about 14 yards is going to put it at the Raider 32-yard line, where it will indeed be 1st and 10 with 4:44 to go here in the first quarter. Eli Hoare operating out of the shotgun. Jackson Griffin to his right. Handoff to Griffin. Why not? Big hole that closed quickly.
Very quickly. There was a wall of Raiders right there.
And the view I had was perfect, and that was a hole that offensive line opened up, but that Raider defense closed it in a hurry. It'll be 2nd down, and we're going to call it about 2nd down and 8. Ball, go ahead.
But both teams getting the ground game going so far. U32 getting into the end zone through via the pass, but both teams very efficient on the ground.
Absolutely. Aiden Patterson flanked out to the right. Fake to Griffin. Eli Hoare on the keeper. Turns the corner nicely. Got another yard or 2 after contact, and that is a Spaulding Crimson Tide first down on the keeper by Eli Hoare.
Max LaPearl leading the charge on that right side.
And I tell you what, Eli Hoare, he took that contact and gained another yard or 2 afterwards. Nice job by the young quarterback for the Spaulding Crimson Tide. Hoare under center this time. Griffin lined up behind him. In motion goes Cepeda. Handoff to Griffin, goes right up the gut, where he is met by a swarm of white jerseys.
He had a hole on that left side, but it was filled by Colby Lagner. Tried to spin out of it. Almost did.
He almost did. A gain of about 3 yards, so it'll set up 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6 at the Raider 19-yard line. The Raider 15-yard line, excuse me.
But 2nd down, getting 4 yards up the middle opens up things on the edges, where Spaulding has been very successful so far.
Benny Frito in at tailback for the Crimson Tide. And on the reverse, handed off to Wyatt Fuller. I believe that's Wyatt Fuller. For the Crimson Tide, it is indeed Wyatt Fuller, just a freshman, as Garrett has talked about. This is a very young Crimson Tide team. But off of the dirty laundry, we got a face mask call on the Raiders.
I'm not 100% sure, but it was definitely close. Definitely a costly penalty for U32 though.
Personal foul face mask will be walked off by the officiating crew.
That's half the distance to the goal.
And it's going to make it not just a first down, but it's also going to make it 1st and goal for the Crimson Tide.
At the 5-yard line.
So we got Benny Frito still in there at tailback. Patterson out wide with Cepeda. Ooh, a high snap. And a good job by Eli Horde just to corral the football and not turn it over.
Not turn it over, but
unfortunately, that's a loss.
That's a big loss.
I think we're looking at a loss of about 8 yards.
Eli was able to get a hold
At
of
about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, a loss of 7 or 8 yards. But again, he had to go up and get that was a high snap.
It definitely was right at the top of the fingertips. So a little bit of a gift for U32 on that one, but let's see how 2nd down shakes out.
2nd and goal from the 14 as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter at AG Pendo Field. Cepeda in motion, Hoare back and wide open in the end zone was Levi Larimore.
That was a good pass.
It was a good pass, just a little late, gave the cornerback a little bit that extra step they needed to recover.
Intended for
and
Larimore.
Able to deflect it out was the U32 DB.
Charlie Fitzpatrick came from the middle of that and made up a lot of ground.
He
on
really
that
did.
one.
It was a good pass by Eli Hoare, but it just hung up there just a little bit too long. So it's going to set up a 3rd and goal again from the Raider 14. 1:48 to go here in the first quarter. U32 on top, 7-0. Eli Hoare out of the shotgun. Jackson Griffin behind him. Fuller in motion and on the keeper. That was sniffed out quickly by the U32 defense.
4th and goal.
I don't think Hoare was supposed to keep that. I think there was some miscommunication with the running back on the jet sweep.
So now we're looking at 4th and goal from the 11-yard line, and Spaulding Crimson Tide's going to call a timeout, and we'll take it to 1:16 to go here in the first quarter. Raiders on top, 7-0. Garrett and I will be right back.
This game is made possible by CVTV723.org. If you want to support live-streamed Spaulding High School sports, please go to CVTV723.org and look for the Donate Now tab.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights here at AG Pendo Field. You are watching the rivalry game on CVTsport.net, CVTV723.org. Crimson Tide 4th and goal from the Raider 11. Out of the timeout, Eli Hoare in the shotgun. Fades back, has a man open in the corner of the end zone, and I think it made it right over the top of the DB. And we've got a Spaulding Crimson Tide touchdown to Noah Cepeda.
Noah Cepeda, great pass. And we're kind of blocked by everything going on the field, but what a throw and what a catch.
14-yard TD pass to sophomore. Yes, another sophomore, Noah Cepeda. And what an answer by the Spaulding Crimson Tide on to kick the extra point. And it just gets over the bar to knot things up here at 7.
Great drive by Spaulding after what U32 did on that opening series.
And I got to tell you, that pass by Hoare dropped it on a dime. I was afraid it was going to hang up there a little bit too long. Again, the defensive back, I didn't see the number, just getting a hand. I always use my basketball terms, hand on the passing lane. I thought he was going to deflect it, but nice teardrop pass by Eli Hoare to his classmate Noah Cepeda to knot things up here in this rivalry game. Caleb Hoare on for the extra point. He will also handle the kickoff duties here for the Crimson Tide.
1:08 to go here in the first quarter. What more could you ask for? A rivalry game, two teams, playoff implications, bragging rights, all of it on the line.
Caleb Hoare with the kickoff, squibs to the left side, where it is picked up by Brady Knapp. And not much of a return. Good coverage by the special teams for the Spaulding Crimson Tide.
Eli Hoare on that tackle for the Crimson Tide, getting downfield.
Doing it all here in the first quarter for the Crimson Tide.
Very, very much.
So let's see what Charlie Fitzpatrick and the U32 Raiders have to answer that very impressive drive by the Crimson Tide. Themselves a very impressive drive on the first series. Fitzpatrick will operate out of the shotgun. He's got Kane Knapp lined up behind him. Elliot Caswell closest to us out in the flat. And a fumble. A fumble, and as the pigskin turns, and that's what indeed happens, it took a 3-yard bounce forward. And when all is said and done, a turnover by the Raiders. The Crimson Tide with the first gift, I like to call it, of the evening.
Spaulding recovered the fumble.
And they are going to take over at about the 25? Yep, U32 25-yard line, where the hot Eli Hoare will come right back onto the field.
Just simple miscues you can't have in games like this. Now the Spaulding offense right back onto the field after marching it on their first possession.
And it was a low snap to Fitzpatrick, and we had seen that on the first series as well. Eli Hoare on the keeper, trying to follow his blockers. Nice gain, withstands the contact, but we see a yellow flag just sitting there on the field. That usually means a holding call, and it is indeed a hold on the Spaulding Crimson Tide. So that's going to take back a nice gain by Eli Hoare.
That it did, and it came in very, very quickly.
There are so many penalties you can just immediately go, oh, that's a hold. As soon as they turn that corner and you see that dirty laundry, you're like, okay. So that's going to put it at, if they walk off the penalty.
Should be the 35?
Yeah,
not the 34, 33-yard line.
First and 20.
And that definitely helps the U32 Raiders out after that turnover. It'll put it as first and 18 from the 25. It's not the 25, though.
The 30,
yeah.
About the 30.
Yeah, we're about the 33, 34. A little dump off to Jackson Griffin on the right side, follows his blockers, and we've got more dirty laundry on the field. Nice pickup by Hoare to Griffin.
20 yards.
So we'll see what the call is here. The officiating crew gets together.
Great play design, though,
Wonderful.
on that. The entire U32 defense was nowhere to be found. There was basically one man going up against five against Spaulding.
That was called, as you heard Paul Plant say, an illegal block on the offense, to the dismay of head coach Adam Chase. When that hat comes off, you know he means business.
Definitely steaming down there.
So the penalty will be walked off. He still has a few words to say. You know, coaches, sometimes we're just never done talking to the officiating crew.
Some can get away with it more than
Yes,
others.
indeed, indeed.
But with the gain, it does keep Spaulding.
That's the end of the first
It
quarter.
actually gained, Spaulding gained yardage on that one, so it's 1st and 15, but it'll bring it, we'll have to see that first down play at the end of the second quarter.
Garrett and I will step out for a quick Gatorade break, and when we come back, the second quarter, an exciting first quarter here at AG Pendle Field. We are knotted up at 7. We'll be right back.
This game is made possible by CVTV723.org. If you want to support live stream Spaulding High School sports, please go to CVTV723.org
find
and
more
look for
information at fcavermont.org. And you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
And after a very exciting first quarter, you're watching this rivalry game on cvtsport.net, cvtv723.org, and partner couldn't ask for a better first quarter
Rivalry.
for both squads.
Absolutely. Both teams getting the ground game going. U32 getting into the end zone via the pass game. But, well, actually, both teams getting into the end zone via the pass game. Turnovers. Rivalry games are going to be huge key. And speaking of which, I just said it. Yep. Q Horace falls on the fumble. So it will. So U32 going to take over. Huge sudden change.
I just wrote down one turnover. As I was writing it down, you saw the pigskin fly out. So the turnover battle is knotted up here, one apiece, as we are just starting out the second quarter.
Result of the fumble, U32 gets the ball, 1st and 10.
So Charlie Fitzpatrick and the Raiders are back out onto the field, where it will be 1st and 10 from their own 36. Fitzpatrick in the shotgun, Kane lined up behind him. And another fumble on the snap. That's about the 3rd or 4th one for the Raiders. The last one before this one was the turnover by the U32 Raiders.
Just not what you want for U32. You get the turnover, have that on first down, just staying behind the chains, not the direction you want to be going in.
Loss of 4 yards, it'll be 2nd down at 14.
So Fitzpatrick going down to the ground to get that fumble-rooski snap. It will be a 2nd and 14. Ball at the 32-yard line. And looks like Kane Knapp, nice yardage by Knapp. Looks like a solid pickup of at least 6 or 7. And that's going to set up probably a 3rd down and 6, 3rd down and 5. Manageable.
3rd and manageable, yep. You get behind the chains, 1st and 2nd down and 15.
And I just love watching Griffin and Knapp with the ball in their hands. They are they're like a bull out there. So on the fake,
wow, what a
nice designed play to Elliott Caswell again. It looked like a handoff, looked like a keeper, tucked it, and then Fitzpatrick, beautiful rollout pass.
Beautiful rollout to his left side, and he made that look effortless.
Really
and it
easy.
doesn't. Trust me, it is not effortless. It is one of the most difficult things to do. You're rolling to your left, right-handed, hitting your receiver, and getting a huge 1st down for U32.
And the 1st down by Caswell. We'll put the ball at the Spaulding Crimson Tide 44-yard line. Again, 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Handoff to Knapp. Right up the gut goes Kane Knapp, and he is still going, folks. First down and then some. Flag on the field. We had a good view of that face mask penalty that will be tacked on to the huge yardage by Kane Knapp.
It's just the one cut in the middle of the hole. Great job by Brady Knapp picking up that outside linebacker defensive end. So he had a running lane right up the middle. And kind of the one arm tackle by Jackson Griffin. I wasn't so sure that was a face mask either, but
Griffin definitely saved a touchdown because after number 4, if he didn't get him, Knapp was in the clear.
he absolutely was.
First down, 1st and 10 from the 12.
1st and 10.
And all of a sudden, the Raiders are rolling here.
And there he
Frostick
goes.
in motion and on the keeper. A 12-yard touchdown run for Charlie Fitzpatrick.
Great disguise by U32. You send Drew Frostick on that jet sweep behind the quarterback. Even if the linebackers just glance at him for a second,
Yes.
they're focused on him. And Fitzpatrick keeps that right on that right side. Great play design. Great job by Charlie Fitzpatrick and that offensive line.
Riley Cataract for the extra point.
Carteret on Mr. Automatic for the extra point for the Raiders. Good snap. Ball is down by Fitzpatrick, and what a booming leg by the senior. And that puts the U32 Raiders up 14-7 here at A.G. Pendle Field. And that was a good answer by the Raiders. Spaulding, U32 turning the ball over first. Spaulding coming right back as we started the second quarter and turning it back over. And then the Raiders took full advantage of that turnover.
This is the first time we've dealt with what you want to call inclement weather. So the field a little bit wet, the ball's a little bit wet. So U32 taking advantage on that possession right here. Huge in these rivalry games. The winning the turnover battle. Great drive by U32.
Yep, outstanding drive by the Raiders. We'll see if the Crimson Tide have an answer here. We are literally 9:37 to go to the half. Back deep for the kickoff for the Crimson Tide is Jackson Griffin, along with, I don't know if that's Noah Cepeda. It is indeed on the other side. Kickoff duties for the U32 Raiders will be handled by senior Drew Frostick. Nice kickoff by Frostick, fielded by Jackson Griffin in the air. And looking for a seam, he does not find one. Returns it out to about the 26-yard line. Good special teams coverage by the Raiders.
Anders Scandale, the freshman, getting in on the action there for U32 along with a host of others. We couldn't see it from down here, but Jackson Griffin must have been looking at a wall of white there.
Absolutely.
But regardless, Spaulding's going to get good field position here. We saw them take it down on their first possession, the turnover on their last one. But this Crimson Tide team has had success running the football, so they're not worried.
And Eli Hoare operating out of the shotgun with a lot of confidence. Cepeda in motion. Hoare trying to, nice pass by Eli Hoare, trying to hit Levi Larimore in stride and just a little short. Levi Larimore, another sophomore for the Crimson Tide. That seems to be the common theme here.
And yeah, another sophomore for this Crimson Tide team, and a great body on him as well. Aiden Patterson is a junior as well on that outside, so some size for this Crimson Tide team at the wide receiver position. He was guarded by Nolan Palmer, basketball playing Nolan Palmer, so was able to get up to deflect that a little bit.
So 2nd and 10, fakes the handoff on the keeper by Eli Hoare. It's like a gain of about 4 yards, 4 or 5 yards. And it sets up a very, we like to use this term, manageable 3rd down for the Crimson Tide.
Third and 5. And that's a great run up the middle. One of the better runs up the middle Spaulding has had against U32. Madden Giroux was in the middle of that U32 defense along with Colton Wild. But 3rd and 5, you have everything at your disposal here for Spaulding.
3rd and 5 from the 31-yard line. 8:48 to go to the half. Operating out of the shotgun, Jackson Griffin fakes it to Griffin, and the keeper by Eli Hoare. He turns the corner where he's going to be very close to a Crimson Tide 1st down, and it is indeed a Crimson Tide 1st down. Here we go.
And a 1st down.
They've been running that play with a lot of success. David Marcellus and Max LaPearl both pulling guards on that offensive line for Spaulding, getting out in space, but that's all set up by sealing the edge. Sealing that edge so you have a clean slate and you can see right in front of you.
So 1st and 10 from the 39. Cepeda in motion, handoff to Griffin, and a wall. And I mean a wall of white.
No gain on the play.
And that was led by Colton Wild.
U32 did not bite on the jet sweep that sent Noah Cepeda in motion. Great eye discipline for this U32 team.
My favorite saying, eye discipline.
I
love it when you say it.
Eye discipline.
Eye discipline. I like it. Partner, I like it.
But it does open up things for Spaulding as well. You get the short run on 2nd down, but if you can see that you're sealing that edge on that, you can obviously come back to that with the jet sweep.
What a wall he was met by Colby Wagner, Colton Wild, and Madden Giroux.
Delay
a game on the offense.
Those are the penalties. I don't want to use the word I'm thinking. But they give a coach gray hairs. That's all I'm going to say. A little bit of gray hairs. They pop out on penalties like that. So that's going to set up 2nd and 15 from the Crimson Tide, a 34-yard line. 7:02 to go to the half. Very entertaining, fun rivalry game as 14-7 Raiders are on top. Eli Hoare lines up under center. Jackson Griffin behind him.
Hand off to the right side.
Yep.
Cannot escape Colby Wagner. Holding on to the back of his jersey, and then the rest of the company.
Hot pursuit right there.
Started with Colby Wagner and then a host of Raiders just driving to the football.
So after a loss of 1, ball will be placed at the Crimson Tide 34-yard line where it will be 3rd and 15. Eli Hoare comes in from the sideline with the play. 6:25 to go to the half.
Not many plays you have in your playbook for 3rd and 15 plus, but screen game could open up something here for Spaulding.
And motion goes Fuller. And here goes Jackson Griffin. And it's just a foot race. And a great job on that foot race by Levi Larimore, trying to kind of seal off that defender. And it's going to put the ball inside the 5-yard line. I thought he had that foot race one.
He almost did, but the refs did miss a blatant block in the back right there. But 1st and goal for Spaulding.
From the 4.
From the 4. What a run, though, by Jackson Griffin.
Man, he turned those jets on. The fuel just ran out of a little bit of gas, but still 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Benny Frito comes in at tailback. Fuller in motion.
Good effort.
The crowd here is amazing.
It almost looked like a turf
It
court.
looks like a touchdown, but I don't see the black and white stripes raising their arms.
It's going to be second down and goal from the...
About
We
the
heard
4.
everything on that. Push, push, pull, push, pull. It is going to be second and goal.
From the 4, I believe.
We're another 100 feet
About the
high,
4 or
I can
the
tell you
3?
right there.
We'll give
It's
him a
one or
yard
the
on
other.
that. Let's give him a yard, partner. We'll call it second and goal from the 3.
Second and goal.
Benny Frito lined up behind Eli Hoare. Out wide is Wyatt Fuller and Aiden Patterson. And handoff to Frito up the middle. He is carrying 5-6 white jerseys, and we still do not. As Paul Plant exhales, it's going to set up third and goal. We're going to call that the 2-yard line.
It's on the 1
It's a difficult
Paul
vantage
wants-
point for
Paul
us
wants
up
to
here.
call it the 1, Garrett. Do we give it to him? I'm looking at the chain gang. And you know what?
timeout.
As we try to figure it out, Coach Chase is going to call a Crimson Tide timeout, and we'll take it too. Big play coming up, third and goal from the 2-yard line. 4:04 to go to the half. We'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us on this CVTsport.net local high school sports video production. If you'd like to help support our coverage, you can use the Venmo or PayPal app and just scan the QR codes above to donate and help support our free live coverage. If you'd like to join the CVTsport.net team, we're always looking for producers, commentators, and camera people. Email info@cvtsport.net for more information. Thanks for watching.
Back at A.G. Pendo Field, third and goal from the 2. On the keeper by Eli Hoare. Hey, that was a nice call by me.
Very great call. Great call.
We were discussing during the timeout. Jackson Griffin, Eli Hoare on the keeper. It indeed is Eli Hoare on the keeper for the 2-yard TD run. And that is just an extra point away from knotting things up here. So both touchdowns so far in the second quarter have been QB keepers.
Max LaPearl, the senior, in to attempt the extra point.
High snap.
Straight through.
Straight through very nicely. And that knots things up with 4 minutes to go to the half at 14 all. And a good job by Coach Chase and his coaching staff. After that timeout on third and goal, really they would have had 2 chances, no doubt going for it on fourth and goal as well. But off the keeper by Eli Hoare, Garrett, you and I could have ran that one through, I think. That was a big hole.
That was a big hole, and it was a great play design because you fake the dive to Benny Frito, but you pull the outside, the guard out in front, but the wide receiver is doing a great job blocking on the outside and getting in untouched.
And Caleb Hoare again will handle the kickoff duties for the Crimson Tide. Back deep for the Raiders is senior Elliott Caswell, along with Drew Frostick. 4 minutes exactly to go to the half, and what a great first half by both ball clubs.
Great drive, though, by Spaulding.
And on the squibbler, Caswell picks it up and goes to his left, follows his blockers, and I think he might be untouched. Nobody's going to catch Mr. Caswell. And what an answer. Basically, I'm going to call it a 70, 80-yard kickoff return.
I want to say he was around the 20-yard line.
Exactly.
On that.
That's where I'm going to go. And to say that's an impressive answer by the U32 Raiders. Kickoff return. Very impressive, and that took about 14 seconds. And we've got the battle of the flags going on here. The U32 faithful running the flag up and down the side, and the automatic extra point by Mr. Automatic makes it 21-14. And talk about a momentum killer.
What more could you ask for in this game so far, Lori? Rivalry matchup, 80-yard kickoff return, both teams scoring on offense. Man, this is exciting.
This is a great game. And he was shot out of a cannon. Was he untouched? I don't even know. Maybe grazed.
It was close, maybe.
Maybe? Yeah. Very impressive, and the U32 Raiders will come out to get back to the Crimson Tide, and we'll see with plenty of time left to go here in the first half, or in the second quarter, excuse me. 3:46 to go. We'll see if the Crimson Tide have an answer, because so far tonight they have had an answer.
I think the way this game is going, we'll see how the adjustments are made at halftime, but whoever's defense can get a stop seems like
exactly
who's going to win this game so far.
Very well said. And a kickoff duty for the U32 Raiders is senior Drew Frostick.
Frostick on the carry.
Squibbler.
On the kick.
And not much for Cepeda, as 6 white jerseys surround him.
Cepeda on the return.
So the Crimson Tide and Eli Hoare, the sophomore quarterback, will take over with 3:39 to go to the half.
And this is an interesting time and possession right now. Spaulding deferred the kickoff to start the game. 3:39 to go, one timeout at their disposal, so if they can put some points on the board, get in the end zone, they get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly.
So seeing what U32 can do on defense here, as well as how efficient Spaulding is going to be on offense, that's something I want to see.
So 1st and 10 from the Crimson Tide, 23-yard line. Jackson Griffin back in the game behind Eli Hoare, who lines up under center. Cepeda in motion. Handoff to Griffin, who tries to follow the right side tackle. And I'm going to give Kane Knapp, who blew through that offensive line on the stop, I'm going to say a loss of maybe 1. Nope, I'm lying to you all. It's a loss of 2, where it's going to set up second and we're going to call it 2nd and 13. Griffin out of the game for the Crimson Tide. Eli Hoare brings the call in from the side. We're going to have a timeout instead. And we'll take it to 2:49 to go to the half. Raiders on top, 21-14.
Timeout.
You are watching this rivalry game on cvtsport.net, cvtv723.org. Laurie Shepard alongside Garrett Sicily, and the pass by Eli Hoare. And nobody, it looked like he wanted a little slant pattern on that. No one there but white jerseys.
Not a bad idea. Undercutting that route was Nolan Palmer, so thankfully that ball was low enough to the point where it wasn't going to get intercepted. But 3rd and long here for Spaulding. The clock does stop, and Spaulding is out of timeouts.
Eli Hoare brings in the call from the side. It is indeed 3rd and 13 from their own 20. 2:44.
3rd and long on their last possession. They went to that fake screen to the left side, and that's what sprung Jackson Griffin. So U32's got to play disciplined defense here.
And playing it a little safe here. Benny Frito with the carry for the Crimson Tide. He'll pick up about close to 5 yards.
And U32 going to take the timeout, 2:26 to go.
Might as well with 2:26 to go and the momentum all with you. Garrett and I will take a timeout too. We'll be right back with the final 2:26 to go of the first half here at AG Pendo Field.
This game is made possible by cvtv723.org. If you want to support live-streamed Spaulding High School sports, please go to cvtv723.org and look for the Donate Now tab.
Are we on?
All right, down by Noah Shapita.
On the kickoff by Eli Hoare, it took a Crimson Tide bounce. The U32 Raiders will take over at about the 36-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 with 2:14 to go. Plenty of time here, partner.
2-minute offense. You have 2 timeouts at your disposal. So if you're Spaulding, got to be conscious time and where the ball is.
Charlie Fitzpatrick in the shotgun. Kane Knapp behind him. Handoff to Knapp. Right up the gut goes Kane Knapp. Probably 3 more yards after contact. We'll put it at about 2nd and 3. 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. Nice pickup on first down by Kane Knapp.
Pickup of almost 8 on first down for Kane Knapp. He was wrapped up around his belly by Benny Frito, but just falling forward. Falling forward gets you those exactly. It gets you those extra couple yards. So those are huge.
So just the 2nd and 2. Fitzpatrick phased back, looks for nice job allowing his receivers to run their routes, and the pass was intended for Drew Frostick. Kind of turned him around a little bit, but hit him in the hands, but not able to corral it and bring it in. It's going to set up 3rd and 2.
There was a couple of receivers in that area, but taking that shot on 2nd down for U32, you're still in 3rd and short here. So with 1:32 to go, see what you can do on the ground.
Fitzpatrick comes in with a play. He will line up in the shotgun again. Kane Knapp lined up behind him. Caswell closest to us. Frostick on the other end, along with Horace. And on the keeper goes Fitzpatrick, and he is still rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. a first down and then some as they go into Crimson Tide territory with 1:25 to go to the half.
Huge run on first down. He dropped back to pass like he was looking to pass, but a timeout taken. 1:25 to go.
1:25 to go to the half. We'll take a timeout too. Raiders driving and up by 7. He might be untouched. Nobody's going to catch Mr. Caswell. And what an answer. Back here at A.G. Pendo Field, out of the timeout by the Raiders. You're watching this rivalry game, last game of the regular season on cvtsport.net, cvtv723.org. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Yeah, there was a lot of movement there.
Flag on the play.
Partner, all I saw was a lot of movement. A lot of white jerseys moving. Whew.
So that'll back U32 up 5 yards.
So instead of calling it a lot of white jerseys moving, we'll just call it a false start. Back it up 5 yards.
No, 1st and 15.
Where are we at? About the 44? 39. Geez, I know my glasses are a little foggy tonight, but I'll call it the 44.
We did have some fog right just before.
Is that what it is?
Just before kickoff here tonight, but it has cleared out.
Fitzpatrick out in the flat to Caswell, who is always dangerous with the ball in his hands. Great tackle by Noah Cepeda, the sophomore for the Crimson Tide.
Caswell on the reception.
Short yardage
Second down and 11.
on that one. 2nd down and 11. Clock is still ticking.
1 minute to go. Fitzpatrick out of that shotgun. Tough snap, but he's able to corral it. Nowhere to go, able to find a running lane and turn a loss into positive yardage.
Fitzpatrick pushed out
And he gets out of bounds. So
Key.
you're in 3rd. You're about 3rd and 10 here.
Another upcoming sophomore. You got a lot of sophomores on this team. And they're playing well.
We've been talking about the sophomores, and Paul Plant has now let everybody know that is indeed the case. Yes, sir. A lot of sophomores on this Crimson Tide team.
Very, very much so. The future very bright for this Crimson Tide team.
3rd and 10
Third down
from the
and 10.
Crimson Tide 41-yard line. 50 seconds to go to the half. Charlie Fitzpatrick rolls to his left, sets his feet, and looks to a wide open
Drew Frostek.
Drew Frostek. And I mean a wide open.
Drew Frostek from Fitzpatrick.
Drew Frostek hit him right in stride. Great pass, nice soft touch by Charlie Fitzpatrick. He rolled out, set his feet. He planted those feet, got everything behind that throw.
Exactly. He needed every bit of it, too. Frostek was running towards the pylon, but a great catch and getting in for 6.
And a block by the Crimson Tide. I believe that was David Marcellus. And he is celebrating like he was the one that got his mitt on that. Nice job penetrating that line by Marcellus. That will keep the score at 27-14 with 40 seconds to go here to the half. And in the last 4 minutes exactly, it has definitely shifted the Raider way.
It has shifted the U32's way. Getting a score just before halftime was huge for this team. Spaulding was driving down by 7. They get the ball to start the 2nd quarter. But if you're Spaulding, you have no timeouts here. You have 40 seconds left. Take it to halftime. You get the ball. Don't take any chances here.
Yep, don't take any chances. And again, that you could feel the momentum shift on that. We're going to call it the 80-yard kickoff return by Elliot Caswell. And then just a nice soft touch by Charlie Fitzpatrick on the 40-yarder TD pass to Drew Frostick. Speaking of Drew Frostick, he will line it up for kicking duties here for the Raiders. Back deep is Griffin and Cepeda. 40 seconds to go to the half.
Bostic with the kick.
And a line drive kick to Aiden Patterson, and nowhere to go. We have talked about special teams coverage quite a bit here in this first half, and a great job by the U32 Raiders. So we'll see if there's any little bag of tricks in Eli Hoare's back pocket here with 34 seconds to go to the half. A very entertaining, very impressive first half for both squads. One turnover apiece, the Raiders capitalizing on the Crimson Tide turnover.
They're set up. They're going to run a play. 34 seconds to go.
Hoare under center, Griffin behind him. And instead, Hoare takes the snap and takes a knee. And that will indeed take us to the half here at A.G. Pendo Field at Spaulding High School. A very entertaining first half by both ball clubs. The momentum shift, an 80-yard kickoff return by Elliot Caswell, followed up by a 40-yard touchdown pass from Charlie Fitzpatrick to Drew Frostick, giving the Raiders the 2-score lead. Garrett and I will step out for a quick break. And when we come back, we'll break down the first half and get ready for the second half kickoff.
Attention, please.
This game is made possible by CVTV723.org. If you want to
Football
support
are
live
made
stream
possible by our
Spaulding
local
High School
sponsors,
sports,
including
please go
the
to
Capital Candy
CVT
Company in Barry, Vermont, a family-owned wholesaler since 1938. Nelson's Ace Hardware on North Main Street in Barry. Great customer service is what they do. Proud supporters of the local community and Spaulding and U32 high school football. The Passumpsic Bank, helping people, businesses, and communities thrive. Start your adventure with a Bank of the Wild, Passumpsic Bank. Salvador and Babick, Public Accountants. On 240 South Main Street in Barry, salvadorandbabick.com. The Vermont Mutual Insurance Group. Founded in 1828, the Vermont Mutual Insurance Group offers comprehensive personal and commercial insurance solutions throughout the Northeast. To learn more, contact your independent insurance agent today, vermontmutual.com. Also by Always On Time Signs and Designs. Signs are made fast, made to last. Reach them at sales at worksafetci.com, 802-223-8948. Also by Cody Chevrolet Cadillac, CodyChevrolet.com. Cody's is celebrating their 70th year in business in March of 2026. Cody is why, Chevy is the buy. And by the Auto Clinic, quality automotive sales and services, specialize in import and diesel vehicles, towing and recovery. 929 South Main Street in Barry, 476-5379, the Auto Clinic.
Do you have scrap metal taking up space in your home, business, or job site? Whether you're a contractor, electrician, manufacturer, service garage, or homeowner, Bolduc Metal Recycling is your local recycling expert, helping clean up junk piles, keeping Vermont green, and putting green in your wallet. Bring your big or small scrap metal load to them on Bolduc Road in Middlesex, where their 3 scales and professional staff will help you recycle it. Their roll-off containers come in a variety of sizes for one-time or ongoing scrap metal collection. They buy and recycle copper, brass, steel, wire, pipe, lead-acid batteries, cars, appliances, and more. They're contractor-friendly with years of experience and provide project walkthroughs. Let their team handle your site cleanup or demo. Bolduc's also has storage containers in 20 or 40-foot lengths for rent or purchase. Perfect for keeping your valuable items out of the elements, safe, and close at hand. For more information, visit BolducMetalRecycling.com. Their name is their website, and as always, Bolduc Metal Recycling says, thanks a ton.
Save big and get job ready with a free college degree. If your household income is under $100,000, you are eligible for free tuition and fees at the Community College of Vermont. 802 Opportunity is available to new or returning students of any age who do not already have a bachelor's degree. Up to 70% of Vermont households are eligible. Join us this fall and discover all that CCV has to offer. Visit ccv.edu/802 to apply.
Tournament Specialties is a proud sponsor of Central Vermont sports. If you are in need of decorated apparel such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, or outerwear, look no further. Tournament Specialties is located in Barrie and would love to work with you on taking your design to the next level. In addition to their embroidery and printing services, they now have a laser etching system that allows for custom etching on drinkware, leather, patches for caps, and other etching needs. Jeff would also be happy to discuss custom online storefront options for your organization. If you are looking for a creative way to fundraise, this has proven to work very well for many local teams and organizations. To learn more, email Jeff at tournamentdesigns@gmail.com. This game is made possible by locally owned Packard Fuels. Located in East Montpelier, Vermont, Packard Fuels is a proud and generous supporter of local high school sports and community events. Packard Fuels, your provider of home heating oil and service with a friendly staff that greets you with a smile. Owned by Ellery Packard III, Packard Fuels, 802-262-3835. Packard Fuels, keeping you warm.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
Granite, coffee, manufacturing, food.
It's not easy to make a living in Vermont. We really are the bank behind almost every industry. We care about businesses growing and succeeding because that success is our success. We're a billion-dollar bank made up of thousands of Vermont businesses.
Our customers make fresh coffee for great conversations and pull us out of the ditch on a cold, snowy night.
Wherever you are laying down your roots, taking a risk, building a dream, we're here.
Sets his feet and looks to a wide open
Drew Frostek.
Drew Frostek. Caswell picks it up and goes to his left, follows his blockers, and I think he might be untouched. Nobody's going to catch Mr. Caswell. And what an back at A.G. Pendo Field, 3rd and goal from the 2. On the keeper by Eli. There goes Jackson Griffin, and it's just a foot race. And a great job on that. Spaulding Crimson Tide 44-yard line. Again, 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Handoff to Knapp. Right up the gut goes Kane Knapp, and he is still going, folks. 1st down, and then
are going to be a huge key. And speaking of which, I just said it. Yep. Hugh Horace falls on the fumble. So it will, so U30.
Still in there at tailback. Patterson out wide with Cepeda. Ooh, a high snap. And a good job by Eli Horde just to game. Knapp again lined up behind Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick in the shotgun. Fitzpatrick drops back, and what a nice pass on a little slant.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on CVTV 723 and CVTsport.net. Here's Lori Shepard and Garrett Sisley with the call.
Thank you, Carl Parton, our producer, back here at AG Pendo Field. Lori Shepard alongside Garrett Sicily. And as the rain starts to fall a little bit, a very entertaining and a very well-played first half by both ball clubs. I think the tide shifted, sorry to use that term, on the 80-yard kickoff return by Elliot Caswell, and then the Raiders followed it up with a Charlie Fitzpatrick to Drew Frostick, a 40-yard touchdown pass. But, partner, other than the, I hate to use the tide shifting, but it did shift in those last 4 minutes. Very good first half for both ball clubs.
Very good, yeah. Both teams getting into the end zone via the pass. But before that, the running game was strong for both of these teams. We're going to see how the second half unfolds, but yes, that Elliot Caswell kickoff was huge right now in this game, and we'll look at the end of this game see how things shake out, if that was the turning point for this game. The U32 defense is going to get the start on the field to start this second half, so Spaulding, you need a good drive here. Try to punch it in, get right back in this game.
Absolutely, and the rest of the scoring in the first half, the game started out 8:23 in the first quarter, was an Elliot Caswell 12-yard touchdown slant. Jackson Griffin on the return, and he toe steps right up the sideline, untouched. Just as we talked about Elliot Caswell's kickoff return, Jackson Griffin has an answer to start this third quarter. We'll call that another 70, 80-yard kickoff return.
What a run, and just a great job by that Crimson Tide, allowing that wall to set up so that he could run up that left side right in front of the Spaulding bench. What a run, what a return by Jackson Griffin.
Just what the Crimson Tide needed. LaPearl on for the extra point, and the extra point is no good, just under the crossbar. That's going to make it 20-27. An 85-yard unofficial kickoff return by Jackson Griffin, and the spark the Crimson Tide needed, as we were just talking about 4 minutes ago in the first half, how the U32 Raiders had capitalized on a kickoff return for a touchdown and a 40-yard pass from Fitzpatrick to Frostick. Very impressive. The other scoring from the first half, a 14-yard TD by Noah Cepeda, and two keepers, a 12-yard keeper by Charlie Fitzpatrick for U32 and a 2-yard keeper by Eli Hoare round out the scoring, other than the Caswell kickoff TD and the Frostick 40-yard touchdown reception.
Taking exactly 12 seconds off the clock. For the Crimson Tide. Let's see what U32 can do now. That was really quick.
One-score game here at AG Pendo Field as the rain starts to fall. Squib kick by the Crimson Tide. And Charlie Fitzpatrick does the smart thing and just falls on it around the 30-yard line, where Fitzpatrick and the Raiders will take over.
11:48 to go here in the second half, and once again, fireworks all night long.
And we were visited at halftime by Cam Sofin, the CVT Sport Player of the Game last Wednesday on the soccer field versus the U32 Raiders, and Sophie Goriello, who will have their quarterfinal game, home game tomorrow at 11 a.m. versus South Burlington. Fitzpatrick on the handoff to Kane Knapp, and talk about momentum shift. There was four maroon jerseys, or crimson, jerseys on the tackle.
Modest gain on first down. Couldn't get any momentum going, and a great fill by that Spaulding defensive line and linebackers.
It's going to set up a 2nd and 8, we're going to call it. Fitzpatrick in the shotgun. Frostic in motion. Man, right up the gut for a minimal gain. Is Fitzpatrick, yes indeed. But a good chunk that's going to set up about 3rd and 3.
Keeping your down and distance short for U32. Sending Drew Frostic in motion on that one, trying to catch Spaulding off guard. But 3rd down and 3 here for U32. The rain definitely is coming down out there now, though.
Yeah, it wasn't coming down so bad to start off this 3rd quarter, but it's got a little bit more steam behind it now. And a flag on the play. Do we have a false start?
Officials are discussing.
Stick around after the game where Garrett Sicily will have the cvtsport.net, cvtv723.org player of the game.
So a 5-yarder, a 5-yard penalty will drop U32 back.
I couldn't understand the signal.
I agree with Paul Plant. I don't think we understood the signal either.
So U32 needs to get out to about the 40-yard line for a 1st down.
3rd and 9 from the 30. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Fitzpatrick on the keeper. Do you think that was a broken play? Looked like he went to hand it off.
He was spinning kind of like a pirouette in the backfield, yeah. But regardless, Spaulding resetting that line of scrimmage on that, and Fitzpatrick was met by 3 different Crimson Tide players.
Could have been a broken play. Looked like one. Little miscommunication. But when all is said and done, we've got 4th and 10 and Frostic in to do the punt duties for the Raiders. And he gets it off a low driving. Takes a Raider roll and is going to stop at about the Crimson Tide 38-yard line, where the Crimson Tide and sophomore Eli Hoare will take over.
On their first possession of the second half. 9 minutes to go, and Spaulding only down by a score. Great stand by the Spaulding Crimson Tide defense to start the second half. Just exactly what you wanted.
Absolutely. A 1-score game. And a good field position to start for the Crimson Tide. Again, starting around their own 37-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. Eli Hoare will line up in the shotgun. Jackson and Griffin to his left. Hand off to Griffin, who cuts back to the left side and is able to pick up positive yardage.
It's about 3
about 2nd and 7.
Yep, about a 3-yard pickup on that left side.
The 2nd and 8 from the 39. 8:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The first punch, we'll call it, thrown by the Crimson Tide on a Jackson Griffin 85-yard kickoff return to make it a 1-score game. A little end around on the sweep to Wyatt Fuller.
Fuller on the carry.
I'm not gonna, I don't think he, if anything, he lost a yard on that jet sweep.
I was impressed that he got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, he was in the grass in the backfield, but once again keeping those legs churning and running behind your pads. So it is 3rd and long here for Spaulding, but you still have options here for sure.
And Eli Hoare on the keeper, trying to find some blockers. And a great job of pursuit by this Raider defense. No gain on the play. We will no doubt see the punting unit for the Crimson Tide.
Gain of a yard. No gain on the play. Fourth down. 4th and 10.
And Eli Hoare will drop back to do punting duties here for the Crimson Tide.
Eli Hoare back to kick.
Back deep for the Raiders is Elliot Caswell. And we know what he can do with the pigskin in his hands. Already as a kickoff return for a touchdown. 2 touchdowns on the night. And a little block. Got a hand on it, but still takes a Crimson Tide roll down to the 30-yard line.
Good kick.
Where Aiden Patterson will take over. Or where Aiden Patterson will down it, for the Crimson Tide.
1st and 10 on their 30-yard line.
Somebody got a hand on that. That was a low runner right there.
Call me old school, but I really don't like it when returners get near the football on plays like that. That was a low squibber, and Caswell was from me to you away from it, Lori. I do not like it. Get away from that football.
Right.
Take over. Exactly. Must be this new age. I'm not digging it. I'm not with it right now.
Not digging it. Fitzpatrick under center. Handoff, I believe, to Kane Knapp. And both coaches going with the run game as the rain falls here at A.G. Pendo Field. A pickup of a couple of yards is going to set up 2nd and 8. At the U32 32-yard line. As we approach 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
There's Drew on the outside.
There it is. There's the play the Raiders wanted.
And
Drew
nobody's going to
Frostic,
catch him.
no one's going to catch him.
No way, no sir. What a run on the end around for Drew Frostic.
About a 60-yard run.
Yeah, let's call that a 60-yard end around for Drew Frostic. And just as we were thinking, Garrett, defense kind of taking over here in the rain, and what a great call by the Raiders.
Great call, and just Caswell had the block on the outside, and as soon as he got past that defender, there was nobody that was going to catch him.
Mr. Automatic with the extra point for U32 by Riley Cataract.
So with 5:47 left to go.
34-20. What a run by Drew Frostic.
And that was big to get the momentum back because the only scoring in the second half so far was the 85-yard kickoff return by Jackson Griffin. So getting the U32 offense back moving, and great call, great blocking up front, great job by Frostic of turning on the Jets after he turned the corner.
We always talk about the running game and what it opens up, but when you're in inclement weather like this, and these teams could see it next week, they're only guaranteed one playoff game. So
Right.
Playing in these conditions, it helps you learn about your team and figuring out ways of what you can do to be successful on offense.
Back deep for Spaulding, as they've been all night, is Noah Cepeda and Jackson Griffin. As we await the kickoff by U32.
Colby Lagner
Yeah.
doing the kickoff duties again. He kicked it off to Jackson Griffin on the last possession.
Let's see where he kicks it this time.
Exactly. It's kind of like.
Is he going to go to the left? Oh, Squibbler. Squib. Cepeda just falls on it, not able to cleanly pick it up. He just falls on the ball. Smart move, especially in this weather.
Noah Sapita.
I think he fell on it at about the 20-yard line.
Crimson Tide will have a first and 10 on their 20-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be about 1st and 10 from the 21, 5:45 to go in the third quarter.
Spaulding gets the opening kickoff, takes it the distance, but this is a big drive for Spaulding here. Get a couple first downs, get back in the scoring column.
Yeah, get a little momentum, get some first downs, build the confidence.
And Colton Wild in the backfield at the handoff. Great job there, shredding the tackle and wrapping up Jackson Griffin in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a very impressive tackle by Wild. Breaks through that offensive line pretty easily.
One thing we haven't talked about tonight, we've talked about the youth of Spaulding in this game. A lot of sophomores and a team that is going to get better over these next couple of years for sure. But this U32 team has 13 seniors that they are relying on. So the leadership is there for U32.
Eli Hoare on the keeper, rolls out, able to hit him out in the flat.
Wow.
I think that was Wyatt Fuller on the other side of the field. And U32 is, I'm going to use Garrett's saying, eye discipline is huge right here. That defense is.
They are flying around right now.
Playing well.
They are flying around right there, and a big stick out on that on the far outside. 3rd and long here for Spaulding, deep in their own territory.
Indeed, a 3rd and 11 from the 20. Big down here for the Crimson Tide as we start to tick towards that 4 minutes left. Hoare fades back, looks to his left, and that was dangerous. Dangerous throw, but coming down with it is sophomore Noah Cepeda with a first down. There was 3 white jerseys around him.
Noah Cepeda putting them basketball skills to work against Nolan Palmer, the basketball player as well. The upper hand going to the Crimson Tide on that one, but Noah Cepeda has had a couple of catches, key catches in this ball game, and a first down for Spaulding. Huge for this team.
And there was coverage on that pass, but Cepeda just went up and got it. Oh, Eli Hoare fades back, trying to get it out in the flat to Cepeda again. And a good job by Eli Hoare getting rid of that as the heat was coming.
The heat definitely was coming from Malcolm Rose, but a great catch by Cepeda. Once again, second down and 2.
And Eli Hoare standing in the pocket long enough to give his receivers time to get out in that flat. Because for a second there, it looked like he was going to take a hard sack.
Just buying enough time with his legs. He knew that he was going to get hit, but he had to wait just that extra half second for Cepeda to get open.
So 2nd and 2 from the 43. Hoare under center. Benny Frito in the backfield. Hoare fades back.
Picked up by an offensive lineman. Off the deflection. It was picked up by Max LaPearl on the kickoff.
Well, that 8 yards is gone, but Max LaPearl got the ball.
Those 8 yards are gone. Paul Planter said it perfectly. So it's going to set up 3rd and 10 from the 35-yard line.
3rd down and 10.
2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Another big 3rd down for the Tide.
Big 3rd down. They converted on their last one. So they've gone to the air on these first 3 plays as well. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen.
Hoare fades back, looking to Cepeda, and I do believe he would have had a chance on that if he hadn't slipped.
He definitely did slip. The Crimson Tide sideline is looking for a flag, but that was great defense and just The field's wet.
Yep.
The field is wet. When you come to a stop and you try to come back to the outside, it is very, very easy to lose your footing.
And the pass was there. Another nice throw by the sophomore Eli Hoare, who will now stay on the field for punting duties for the Crimson Tide.
If you're U32, you're definitely watching and making sure he gets that kick away.
And Caswell back deep for the Raiders. It takes a Crimson Tide roll down to about the 25-yard line, 25, 26-yard line, where Charlie Fitzpatrick and the Raiders will take over with 1:40 to go here in the third quarter and a 14-point lead for the Raiders.
We talked about the turnover battle in the first half, one for each of these teams. So very even in that aspect, but Spaulding, 1:40 to go, down by 2 scores. They need a turnover and or a stop right now.
Absolutely. One or the other. As the rain starts to lighten up here a little bit, still a little mist.
The old saying in Vermont goes, if you don't like the weather in Vermont, wait 10 minutes, it'll change.
And here comes Kane Knapp up the gut for positive yardage on a first down. We'll call it second and about 7. Pickup of 3 by Kane Knapp.
Caleb Hoare finishing the tackle on that one. There was a couple guys diving right at Kane Knapp's feet to slow him down, and finishing it up was Hoare, but 3 yards on first down.
Second and 7. Fitzpatrick in the shotgun. Kane Knapp behind him. Caswell closest to us. Frostic in motion. Hand off to Knapp. Goes right to left, right up the gut. And a nice solid pickup by Knapp will bring up a third down, but a manageable third down. We're going to call it 3rd and 2 for the Raiders.
Long 1, short 2.
There it is. Love the way you said that, Garrett. As we approach 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. And you know it's a football game when you see all the steam coming out of the helmets when they're breathing, on their breath. It just, that's football there.
That is football, absolutely. Both teams giving it their all. Quarterback keeper right up the middle.
Fitzpatrick on the quarterback sneak easily gets the first down.
And we don't need to say anything. Paul Plant just said it perfectly. The QB keeper right up the gut for a U32 first down. And that will be the last play here of the third quarter.
Exciting third quarter, exciting game. Let's see what the fourth quarter has in store for us, Lori.
Absolutely. After 3 in the books, Raiders on top by 2 scores, 34-20. Garrett and I will be right back for the fourth quarter action.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
Back here at AG Pendo Field, Lori Shepard alongside Garrett Sicily, our producer Carl Parton. And Carl just said it perfectly, a game of big plays. I love it. Stick around after the game where Garrett Sicily will have the CVTsport.net, CVTV723.org player of the game.
First down and 10, handoff goes to
Nice
Kane
cut.
Knapp, and a very nice cut, yep. And carrying 3 defenders.
On the carry, it gains about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4.
Nice cut back by Knapp to pick up great yardage on first down, where it will now be about 2nd and 4 for U32. As Garrett and I, we get to this point in the game and we're like, When you have that lead and you can keep it on the ground and grind out some first downs and just keep that clock a-ticking.
Keep that clock ticking. And you take a lot of pride in that as an offensive lineman.
I love it when you say that.
I do.
And that is a proud offensive lineman right there. Kane Knapp up the gut, and he is not touched. He is at the 35-30, pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Great pickup by Kane Knapp. And as we literally just said, first downs and keeping the clock running. The running game is just running on all cylinders right now for Kane Knapp and the Raiders.
Just made that one simple cut in the middle of the hole. He did get put a couple defenders on their back, but a great run by Kane Knapp.
23-yard line.
Gain of 32 for Kane Knapp. We'll make it 1st and 10 from the 22, the Crimson Tide 22-yard line. Charlie Fitzpatrick in the shotgun.
Orrin Chapman in the backfield with Brady Knapp.
A little bit on that one, on that tackle right on the sideline.
I think Benny Frito is going to be the guilty party on that, but we will see how the officials assess it.
That dirty laundry went flying just as you saw the takedown from behind.
Big weekend in the Granite City. You got the Spaulding final regular season game here tonight against U32, but tomorrow, 5 p.m. at the Barriade, the Vermont Coyotes welcome the New Hampshire Kings. So big weekend in the Granite City. Get a little football action, get a little basketball action in there.
And get a little soccer right in the middle, late afternoon. 11 a.m. the Crimson Tide girls will be playing their quarterfinal game at home versus the South Burlington Wolves.
1st and 10.
You can watch that soccer game and then venture down to the Barry Auditorium.
On the Tide, 11-yard line.
U32 can get a first down at about the 1. Ball's at the 11-yard line.
And U32 trying to make it a 3-possession and a nice pass by Fitzpatrick.
Pass intended for...
Pass was intended for Q Horace, but he was surrounded by He was surrounded by three defenders. If he'd have came down with that, that would have been holy cow.
Defense on the Tide.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 again from the 11-yard line. So as Garrett said, they can get a first down without a touchdown, but it's going to be pretty close. 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick's in the shotgun. Kane Knapp is lined up behind him.
Brady Knapp goes in motion. Toss pitch goes to Kane Knapp on the outside, and he's going to get the pile on.
He does not run out of real estate before he scores a touchdown. An 11-yard scamper by Kane Knapp.
Kane Knapp.
Makes it a 3-score lead for U32 with 10:40 to go in the contest.
Extra point pending here for Riley Cataract. Cataract, the Barry Sanders of Central Vermont, plays goalie for the U32 soccer team. So he races from their quarterfinal game to get here, and nearly perfect on extra points.
Exactly, 1 block by Spaulding on an extra point. Other than that,
41-20.
pretty darn perfect by Mr. Automatic. So 41-20.
Raiders consist of students from.
And again, U32 looking to starts the night as the 6th seed in Division II at 4-3. Ahead of them in that 5th slot is Rice Memorial, who has a date with Otter Valley. And like we said, Garrett, Otter Valley very solid.
They're a solid
football program.
Absolutely. They played in the state championship game last year, losing to Woodstock in the Division III championship game last year. But you could have a whole mess of teams at 5-3 right in that middle of the pack in Division II. I think we have a consensus that Hartford is the team to
Top
beat.
of the mountain.
is without a doubt the team to beat in all of Vermont high school football. But
we're not just talking D2 here, people.
no, we are not. But regardless, whoever comes out with a victory in this game will strengthen their playoff resume. And in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Absolutely. Drew Frostick will do the kickoff duties for the Raiders. Back deep is Noah Cepeda. He fields it after a couple bounces, loses his footing, able to get back up, gain another yard or two, taking it out to about the 25-yard line where the Crimson Tide will take over.
Brady Knapp on that tackle for U32.
Ball returned by Cepeda, a 10-yard return.
So Eli Hoare and company will come back out onto the field. Again, Eli Hoare just a sophomore. Cepeda just a sophomore as well for this Crimson Tide team. Very young squad for Adam Chase and some very big positive steps forward in this program this season.
Yeah, absolutely. This team is very young, but they've been getting playing time since they were freshmen. So all these in-game recs are truly inevitable.
Griffin
on the carry, but definitely a sea of white. It will be, we're going to call it 2-yard gain on the play.
Second down at 12.
About a loss of 2 on.
Oh yes, it is.
On that.
That marker is that way, isn't it? So 2nd and 12 from the Crimson Tide 24-yard line. 9:50 to go in the game. Hoare out of the shotgun, fades back over the middle.
Went off a U32 defender hand, went off of Levi Larimore's hands. Very fortunate that didn't
lot of
end
hits
up
in the hand.
Exactly. Very fortunate it didn't end up in the arms of U32 on that one.
And Levi Larimore, another sophomore on this Crimson Tide team. He's got some good size as well.
Yeah, between Levi Larimore and Aiden Patterson next year, Larimore will be a junior, Aiden Patterson will be a senior next year. But collectively, those two will be matchup nightmares for defensive backs out on the outside.
3rd and 12. Keeper by Eli Hoare.
And
nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. And Kane Knapp read that like a book. As soon as he pulled that, he tucked it, and Kane Knapp was shot out of a cannon.
It was a best-selling book that Kane Knapp just read. That is going to bring up a 4th and a 12. No gain. We might be able to give him a yard, but a long 4th down coming up here for the Crimson Tide. Eli Hoare will drop back to punt for the Crimson Tide. Lake Caswell about at midfield around the 45. Nice hanging punt by Eli Hoare. Takes a Raider hop where it'll be downed at about the 40-yard line.
There is some laundry on the field, so roughing the kicker. So that'll be a 1st down for Spaulding.
It will indeed.
Flag on the play.
Running into the kicker or roughing the kicker? It's a big difference. 15 yards or 5 yards.
And that's a huge difference. As we wait for them to iron things out on the field.
It must have been running into the kicker because it was not of the 15-yard variety. It must have been just the 5.
Just the 5.
The 5-yard variety. So 4th down and 5 here for Spaulding.
Eli Hoare a little shaken up, a little gimpy, a little hitching his giddy up there. But will stay on for the punt duties, and a nice punt. And this time it takes a Crimson Tide bounce and roll.
That's a better kick.
And it'll be down at about the U32 Raider 41-yard line.
First and 10 for the Raiders on their 41-yard line.
And Charlie Fitzpatrick and company comes back out onto the field offensively for the Raiders. U32 with a 41-20 lead. 8:44 to go here in the contest. And again, stick around after the game for Garrett Sicily's pick for the CVTsport.net player of the game. And I'm glad I'm not in your shoes, partner. There's a lot of people, a lot of players here. Looking at my stat sheet, a lot of players, a lot of different ways you can lean. Charlie Fitzpatrick in the shotgun. Kane Knapp lined up behind him. Handoff.
Kane Knapp up the middle.
And still going is Kane Knapp. And a nice open field tackle by Noah Cepeda saves another touchdown run by Kane Knapp, who just had an 11-yard TD run on their last possession.
And making the tackle was Noah Cepeda, looking like a little cramping going on that tackle. He is down on the field. But a big run for Kane Knapp. Almost like his touchdown run a couple minutes ago.
And Garrett, a good call on the cramping as well.
A lot of these guys are playing true Ironman football. So with, the cramping, definitely not surprised.
While Noah's down, stretching out that cramp. Blue ticket.
And Paul Plant will solidify what we thought, a little bit of cramping on the field.
I don't know, who's it benefit?
The French trip.
Oh, this is a French club, the French trip? Oh,
No,
yeah,
the French
here
Club. We always do the raffle draw for the French Club. Fourth quarter, every home game. So as we wait for the athletic training crew, Garrett and I will step out for a quick break. 8:33 to go in the contest. Raiders on top by 21.
3-6-2.
All right, back here at AG Pendle Field, Lori Shepard alongside Garrett Sicily, our producer Carl Parton, and just as we went to break, Cepeda able to get up and walk off under his own power. It is going to set up a 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line of Spaulding.
What did you do? What's that? Did you give it back or did you take it? Yeah, it's right here.
Handoff to Knapp.
Holy
goes
cow.
left to right and left again and into the end zone for another TD run by Kane Knapp. The junior has taken over in this fourth quarter for U32. Makes it 47-20. With Riley Carteret on the field for the extra point.
We had a pretty good vantage point of it right here.
that was-
Holy cow, you could have undoubtedly drove a semi-truck through that hole on that right side.
It was impressive from our view. And the booming extra point by the senior Riley Carteret makes it 48-20.
Seconds to play, 48-20.
Outscoring the Spaulding Crimson Tide at 21-7 so far in this second half. And the scoring sheet is filled up nicely here in the fourth quarter. Elliot Caswell with a couple of scores tonight. Drew Frostick a couple of scores as well, an end around and a 40-yard TD pass to Frostick. And in the fourth quarter, Kane Knapp has laid the hammer down for the U32 Raiders with touchdown runs of 11 and 16 yards. Little exclamation point by Mr. Knapp.
A huge exclamation point. for Kane Knapp. And like we've talked about, teams that can run the football, get behind that offensive line, drown the clock, those are the teams that are successful this time of year. U32 has played a very tough schedule where they have definitely gotten bullied against a couple of teams. Bellows Falls took it to them with the ground and pound down there. Fairhaven last week. So U32 bouncing back from that loss last week, ending the regular season looking like on a winning note here, going into the playoffs with good momentum.
And just a two-score edge for the Raiders at the end of the third quarter. The two big touchdown runs by Knapp have extended it to a four-score game lead, for the U32 Raiders.
The ball around the 5-yard line, returned it.
Picked it, kind of bobbled it a little bit was Jackson Griffin, but turning nothing into something, getting back out to the 20-yard line.
And Joey Hayes Garcia, the senior quarterback for the Crimson Tide, into the game for Spaulding on this possession with 8:04 to go in the contest.
Garcia, the transfer from California this year, making his way to the Granite City. Eli Hoare looking like he's going to step into the running back slot.
Quinn Carpenter also into the game for the Raiders in motion.
Good run on that right side, and the tackle made by Oren Chapman, fresh into the game in that middle linebacker spot. Kane Knapp being able to get a breather on that.
Well deserved after the TD run.
Very, very well deserved.
Second down and 8.
So Eli Hoare limps off the field, grabbing his knee. We'll have the athletic trainer take a look at him. 2nd and 9 from the 21, 7:25 to go. Again, Hayes Garcia in at quarterback, under center for the Crimson Tide. Carpenter in motion. And a handoff to Carpenter.
Met by Colby Lagner in the hole. See some cleaner jerseys in there for U32. A couple getting some JV guys and second stringers into the game. Cormac Farrell, the freshman for U32, the JV quarterback, who we assume will be taking the reins next year for this U32 team, going to be a sophomore next year. Malachi Winters into the game, as well as Evan Coates running that 3 technique in the middle as a big man. Hand off to the right side, filled, but Griffin just running right behind his pads.
Close to a first down, but it is going to be a 4th down. Probably a 4th down and 2, we're going to call it. A long one, short 2 yards.
It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Griffin comes out of the game. Benny Frito in for the Crimson Tide. And Cormac Farrell, he's got some good size, just a freshman.
Cormac.
And Cormac. Going to be a 4th and 1. Hayes Garcia under center. The keeper by Hayes Garcia with that size.
Looks like Joey got it on the quarterback sneak.
That's some good size by Hayes Garcia.
Kind of unfortunate transferring in as a senior this year. But boy, let me tell you, running behind his pads there, first down for Spaulding.
So 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line, 5:25 to go in the contest. Benny Frito and Quinn Carpenter. Hayes Garcia under center, Carpenter in motion.
Wow.
I'm going to let you finish that one.
Evan Coates.
Wow, is right.
Get in the backfield, big man.
The senior Evan Coates blasting through the line. That's a loss of a yard for the Crimson Tide. Gary, you liked that one, didn't you?
I believe Evan Coates is a basketball player too. He's he stands taller than everybody out there. That's a big boy there for sure.
Jackson Stoner also into the game for U32. Hayes Garcia airs it out. And I was about to say a good play by Farrell, but then the laundry came a-flying. Pass was intended for Aiden Patterson.
Patterson.
And a good job by Farrell, just talking to the officials. You know, what is it I did wrong? Contact, head around. Learning situation right there.
Very, yeah, big learning situation.
So as they walk off the pass interference call for about 15 yards here, it's going to set up 1st and 10.
The results in the first down.
Crimson Tide faithful still fully engaged in this ball game.
Crimson Tide 45-yard line. And Hayes Garcia is going to air it out again to Patterson. And this time deflected by Nolan Palmer.
Patterson.
And Palmer just a sophomore for U32.
Got some playing time as a freshman last year on the basketball team, so will be looked upon as we'll call it a super sophomore.
I like it. So 2nd and 10 from their own 46-yard line. 4:15 to go. Raiders up 48-20.
It's still a nice ball that Garcia
very nice
throws.
Fuller in motion. And Benny Frito trying to turn it into positive yardage on a 2nd and 10. I don't think he gained anything. We're going to go 3rd and 10 from the 46, just under 4 minutes to go.
He took a lick on that one. He's kind of having a hard time getting to the sideline there, Benny Frito. That's tough to see. He was met in the hole by Oren Chapman, but easing his way down onto the bench, that's one thing you definitely do not like to see.
And Oren Chapman making his presence felt. We like to talk about the sophomores on both sides of the field here tonight. Fuller on the end around, close to a Crimson Tide 1st down on 3rd and 10.
Brian Fuller on the carry.
I think he's right at the line to gain.
We'll see, and the chain gain is calling it 4th and 1. We're going to call it 4th in the length of a football.
I was looking at it pretty much straight on. Pretty much straight on from here. Yeah, that looks like a 1st down to me.
So do you think the chain gain will come out?
Yeah.
Good. That's the way it should go when it's this close. Because you're looking at a 1st down or a 4th and a 1. So as they pull the chain, it is going to be the nose of a football. We're going to call it 2 inches. And Paul Plan agrees, 2 inches. So 4th and 2 inches. Can't say 4th and 2. That'll confuse everyone, including myself.
4th and inches in plus territory.
So Hayes Garcia will line up under center. We'll see if he has it on the keeper. And he does indeed, and he just plows ahead for a good 4 yards. 5 yards. He's still going.
There's a mass of white and red in there.
And they all just kept moving.
Yeah.
Hayes Garcia with those
that's a
fresh
very
legs keeps the pile going, and that is a Crimson Tide first down with 2:40 to go in the contest. And the ball on the U32 44-yard line. 36-yard line, excuse me. Nice drive here by Joey Hayes Garcia and the Crimson Tide.
2:22 to go.
Out of the shotgun. Hand off to Jackson Griffin, who one cuts back and gets a Crimson Tide a first down, another first down for the Crimson Tide and Jackson Griffin.
20 yards.
And
a first down.
And a first down. Caleb Fuller was the only man separating Jackson Griffin from a touchdown there, making the tackle.
so 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide, 1:45 to go in the game. Ball is sitting at the 21 of the Raiders. Hayes Garcia out of the shotgun. Jackson Griffin to his left. Hand off to Griffin. And shoots like a cannon right up the hole to the 5-yard line,
Jackson Griffin
where
again.
it'll be 1st and goal from the Raider 5,
Gain of
on the
15
Raider
yards.
5. And
And another first down. First and goal.
First and goal at, the 5-yard
about the
line.
5,
Yep.
right on that
6-yard line,
5-yard
it
line.
looks
Paul's going to call it the 6. He's got a better view. We're still going to call it the 5. Scoreboard calls it the 6 as well. 1:04 to go. 1st and goal. Hayes Garcia out of the shotgun. Griffin to his right. Fuller in motion. And a fumble. Recovered by Spaulding.
Ball fumbled by Griffin. And
Grayson
recovered by
Garcia, the junior for U32, was right there, just could not fall on it
Timeout,
for U32, and a timeout taken by
42
Spaulding.
seconds left in the game.
Spaulding a timeout, but we'll keep it right here with 42 seconds to go and a 2nd and goal for the Crimson Tide. And as we look at it, Spaulding probably going to stay in that 7th seed, we think, which would set up a date right now with LI, Linden Institute, the Vikings. The U32 Raiders sitting at the 6th spot could move up into that 5 spot depending on what happens in that Rice-Otter Valley game.
Correct. Correct. And it's weird and interesting how they do the playoff index and average points, a Division II road win, and then a Division III home win for Rice. It would be interesting to see how, if any of that becomes a factor at all.
So Hayes Garcia in the shotgun, short pass.
Pass goes incomplete.
Looking for Aiden Patterson
Intended for Patterson.
on the slant.
We'll bring up 3rd down.
That ball had some mustard on
It
it.
did.
Holy cow, I don't think Patterson was expecting it to come that quick.
Hands weren't up yet.
He definitely had the defender beat, though. Great idea, and leading the pass by Hayes Garcia. 3rd down and 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 7. Couple of chances here for the Crimson Tide to punch one into the end zone. Hayes Garcia in the shotgun. Jackson Griffin to his left.
Nolan Palmer out there on an island.
Carpenter in motion. Ooh.
Oh, he stepped right in front of it, picked it off.
And the pickoff interception by the U32 Raiders.
Nolan Palmer on that outside. Just looking at that when Spaulding was set up back to pass, he was out there on an island. They were looking for that in cut, but Palmer jumping the route.
He did.
He jumped it perfectly at a clear vantage point from where we're at right here. What a play, what a pick.
As soon as that ball left Hayes Garcia, the view, Garrett and I had a great view. I'm like, he's open. And then, yeah, you said it perfectly, partner. Is jumping into that passing lane, and the interception by the U32 Raiders. Fitzpatrick will come back onto the field to take a knee. And
Congratulations, Raiders.
that he does
And Raiders
as
fans.
the clock continues to run. 25 seconds,
Good
no
luck
more
in the
plays
playoffs,
will
everybody.
be run here. And it will be a final score of U32 48, the Crimson Tide 20. And other than the kickoff return by Jackson Griffin, it was all U32 in this second half. Very impressive on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Garrett and I will step out for a quick Gatorade break as the horn sounds. And when we come back, the CVTsport.net, CVTV723.org player of the game. We'll be right back.
U32 and Spaulding Football are made possible by our local sponsors, including the Capital Candy Company in Barry, Vermont, a family-owned wholesaler since 1938. Nelson's Ace Hardware on North Main Street in Barry. Great customer service is what they do. Proud supporters of the local community and Spaulding and U32 high school football. The Passumpsic Bank, helping people, businesses, and communities thrive. Start your adventure with a Bank of the Wild, Passumpsic Bank. Salvador and Babick, Public Accountants. On 240 South Main Street in Barry, salvadorandbabick.com. The Vermont Mutual Insurance Group. Founded in 1828, the Vermont Mutual Insurance Group offers comprehensive personal and commercial insurance solutions throughout the Northeast. To learn more, contact your independent insurance agent today, vermontmutual.com. Also by Always On Time Signs and Designs. Signs are made fast, made to last. Reach them at sales@worksafetci.com, 802-223-8948. Also by Cody Chevrolet Cadillac, CodyChevrolet.com. Cody's is celebrating their 70th year in business in March of 2026. Cody is why, Chevy is the buy. And by the Auto Clinic, quality automotive sales and services, specialize in import and diesel vehicles, towing and recovery. 929 South Main Street in Barry, 476-5379, the Auto Clinic.
Back here at A.G. Pendo Field at Spaulding High School, the season finale, a crosstown rival game, and the U32 Raiders coming away with the 48-20 victory over the Spaulding Crimson Tide to improve to 5-3 on the season. We'll have to see what happens in the Rice Otter Valley game to see if they can jump up to that number 5 seed. The Spaulding Crimson Tide close out the regular season at 3-5. And the U32 Raiders, even though that second half started out with an 85-yard kickoff return by Jackson Griffin, outscoring the Crimson Tide 21-6 in the second half. Very impressive on both sides of the ball, partner. And we have got a lot of players that filled up the stat sheet tonight. I'm going to give you a little screen pass your way to pick the CVTsport.net player of the game.
First off, great game played by both of these teams. Crosstown rivalry, bragging rights, playoff implications on the line. This is what you want for late October football here in Vermont. Huge shout out to Noah Cepeda, Eli Hoare, Jackson Griffin for the Spaulding Crimson Tide, all playing outstanding games. Taking that opening kickoff, Jackson Griffin here in the second half was huge for this Crimson Tide team, and definitely a team that is not going to be looked down on when it comes to the playoffs in any way, shape, or form. Lots of players for U32 tonight. Brady Knapp, Charlie Fitzpatrick, Drew Frostick, Kane Knapp. But I got to go with my gut here. I got to do it. Elliott Caswell, what he did in the passing game, the 80-yard kickoff return, that is what set U32 apart in this game and never looked back on that kickoff. He scored 2 touchdowns on the night. Elliott Caswell, fully deserving of the player of the game.
So Elliott Caswell, the CVTSport.net player of the game. And as Garrett said, we'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to Drew Frostick, a 40-yard touchdown reception and a 60-yard end around for Frostick. And then Kane Knapp taking over in that fourth quarter with a pair of touchdown runs, an 11-yard TD run followed by a 16-yard TD run. Partner, this has been a ton of fun. I think I called 4 games this year with you. This was a great fall. I have to thank you and Carl. It's been so much fun. On to the playoffs, and then the hardwood is right around the corner for us.
Absolutely. Going to be a busy winter for us, but we're up for it, and we're excited.
One more time from A.G. Pendle Field here at Spaulding High School, the U32 Raiders with a 48-20 victory to move to 5-3 and close out the regular season with a big win over the crosstown rival Spaulding Crimson Tide. The Crimson Tide finished the regular season at 3-5. Playoffs right around the corner next week. For Carl Parton, Garrett Sicily, I'm Lori Shepard. One more time. 48-20, Raiders with a big win here at A.G. Pendle Field. Be safe, everyone, and have a great weekend.
This has been a local sports video production brought to you by CVTsport.net, your local sports video leader. We'd like to thank our longtime partners, CVTV723.org, Channel 192 and 194, Central Vermont Community Access Television, and Orca Media, Onion River Community Access Television in the greater Montpelier area is media for the people.
My daddy made this. Daddy!